on?
G4's TV!
Why was I even under there? Is that a mini USB or is that the mini's USB with the roundy thing?
In 3, 2, 1, let's go!
DJ catastrophic. DJ catastrophic.
I'll fix this show by hosting it for you.
Diplo, grab his rip the off Bill Scrub family self. Don't bounce.
What the hell are you idiots doing?
There's a bunch of 12-year-olds waiting to play Fortnite with you.
Is this a TV show or is it a roast?
It's getting really weird out there.
How weird.
You just cracked the TV, Splinter!
That's impossible. I don't know Kung Fu. I couldn't have broken anything.
Surprise, surprise. I didn't go to college. Oh. That's my car!
I don't want any of it!
Do it yourself!
Some idea.
What the hell? Why would you do that? Because I'm in the mood for some chaos!
Chaos. Chaos. Chaos.
Chaos!
You sound bald.
Beep, beep.
They wanted to make a sexier Sonic.
Honey pie. Honey pie. The booby game.
This is the chair you put your employees in?
Only the best for me.
Gina with Gina roaming.
You guys just figured out what vibe check is.
It's a daycare.
It's a daycare.
Get him out of here. Thank you.
I cannot wait till I get so far over the hill that I don't care that I can kick myself down it.
I hate flying and I hate whales.
Whales?
There's no can opener!
It's the sideways one. It's the sideways one. What the?
Snarp into a slarm jar. Oh my God! Why?
Since this is our first Comic-Con back in a little over a decade, what has the fan response been like here at San Diego Comic-Con? I'll start with you, Gina.
I'm surprised we have fans. That's nuts. They're here. Do you guys know what panel you're at right now? Are you sure? It's been amazing. Everyone's been so sweet. The turnout's been great. And they've made, I've almost cried 6 times this weekend.
Oh, Will, you've seen multiple noshes.
Oh, there's noshes everywhere now. It's a global movement. This has been awesome. I'm having a ton of fun. I'm a little hungover.
He's a lot hungover.
Yeah.
Fiona, what has the fan response been like?
I've got so much hand
She put too much sanitizer on.
It's dripping. Disgusting.
Do you need help getting unsticky?
Now you need to sanitize yourself.
Okay, perfect.
Whatever. Let's move on. Oh, no, it's Kassem's turn.
Sorry, what was the question?
What has fan response been like now that we've been back?
Oh, so good. Heavy response. Thick, voluptuous response.
A meaty layer of response.
Meaty, yeah. Zoftig even.
One vein that protrudes.
One pulsating vein.
Yeah,
of
I've been shooting. I've been
Pulsating
working the last couple of days. I've seen a lot of you guys on the street. Larissa, who was in our Wednesday attack of the show.
Larissa has 10 enamel pins.
We've got, I don't know if any of our Billy Noshes are here. There you are in the front. You guys are already a part of the show. It's been great to see everyone.
And then for my Team Xplay, y'all just had your God of Work panel yesterday. How are you feeling about that premiere?
Thank you.
Woo. Corey, I'll start with you.
The response has been surprising because I'm very laid back and quiet, and a lot of people came up to us during the panel and they was
Don't lie.
Yo,
Don't lie to them. I see you wilding out.
you're lying on the stage.
I see you. He says he's loud. He's loud.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you had me turned up when I was drinking for the first time last night for your birthday. You got me.
No, that's not real.
But people was asking to take pictures with me, and I'm like, I don't know. Okay, this is surprising to me. This is really dope. And then people referencing the characters that I'm writing and creating. Yo, that's love. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Jirard, God of Work premiered yesterday. That's been an incredible labor of love. How did reception for that first episode premiere after we announced it at PAX for the first time feel like?
Man, to be able to finally show God of Work and to, when you do a show like God of Work, you've seen like version edit 45 of the same clips and you're like, this isn't funny. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Like we're all terrified. And then to kind of debut it yesterday and just to see everyone love it, it was a true honor and we're all really grateful. So thank you from Team Xplay to all of you who came and watched it. So thank you, really.
Now, here at G4, we are absolutely no strangers when it comes to pulling up the curtain behind the scenes, so sometimes you see every foible, like smashing a screen in the middle of a show. We want to pull up that veil a little bit more since Attack of the Show is no strangers to sudden nudity, with a behind-the-scenes look at all of the props that come together to make all of our insane shows.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
You know, one of the most asked questions that we get is, where do you guys keep where do you keep your props? Where do you keep your props? Oh. And we have that right here in our G4 equipment room. Let's go inside and take a look. Hey, it's Eric, the equipment room guy. Hey, Eric. What do you do?
The equipment manager.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah, we got it.
These are the costumes. Yeah. These are where all the zany characters that you see on Attack of the Show come from.
With this show, you kind of have to have random shit on hand because you never know what kind of joke we're about to make.
That's right. Look at this disgusting hat.
That's my hat. I just took it off.
I thought that was part of a disgusting character. Anytime we need to have a bit where we're throwing a body off of a roof or into traffic, we use this guy. He's our little dummy.
Shit.
Oh, that's my coffee. Sorry, Eric. I spilled.
There's coffee.
Anytime we need instant minions. Boom. Those of you wondering where Adam Sessler is, I give it a 4 out of 5.
It's like he's here.
This is rude. Do you need to be chewing gum right now, too?
No.
Give me the gum.
I don't want
Give me the gum. Thank you. Eric? No, that needs to go in the trash.
Or save it. Maybe leave it in.
We're not going to save it. Crossover fadeaway jump shot. Nice.
Something about this feels racist. Bunch of merch here. What the f***? Case?
Why are you gonna do it?
Why are you sleeping in here?
Is there a reason you don't have pants on, or?
Do you wear pants in your place?
I don't.
You sleep here? Yeah. This is where you're at.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Look at this. What the hell?
Ooh. Nice.
It's weird.
Dude, check this out.
Why?
Yeah! Take that! Take that, prop room! What's that guy's problem?
Oh, Jesus.
I hope you guys enjoyed our prop room tour and hope you have a good rest of your Comic-Con.
See you later. Gosh. You okay? This is when the orgy happens.
Yeah. Surprise!
Turn off the lights.
Turn on the lights, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect. Do you remember back at the beach house when the prop room was the trunk of my car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a lot there.
Things in there.
In the back of her car?
Yeah.
Like what, Cass?
Oh, we spent the night there one time.
Yeah.
There's
it was
the corn.
basically our house, our meeting room. No, this fall we're going to come to a year of Attack of the Show, a year in October. So I'm going to start the question with Kassem. What's the most surprising thing you've learned about your co-hosts in the time that you've been hosting Attack with them?
What's the most surprising thing? Sorry, my hearing is going. That I've learned about.
Oh yeah, I know. I've got a major case of tinnitus from all of these brand activations at 1 billion decibels an hour.
I swear, I walked by the Hasbro booth. And I heard something so loud. I haven't been right since. So
yeah.
it's been crazy here. And I also did this escape room earlier where we were literally like there was explosions going on everywhere. So I will ask you to repeat yourself.
So you're currently somewhere else in your mind right now. You've lived through something.
Yeah, I'm like a war veteran up here. I've learned. You know, when I found out Fiona was gay, that was a big surprise for me. And that I've been learning to deal with that ever since. Every day gets easier.
Yeah.
Fiona?
I learned that Kassem apparently has never met a gay person.
You're the first
Ever.
one.
I was
Just
the
no need.
first-
I wouldn't
was
run
the
into you
first
in the
gay.
wild.
They're hard to find in LA.
He met me. I had a shaved head. I looked like the butchest I ever did.
She looked like my brother Omar.
Yeah, and he was like, he called me. He's like, hey, you look like my little brother.
Yeah.
What's your name? And then that's how he adopted me from the Congo.
Right away.
He saved me.
I sponsored her.
Yeah. Will?
Me?
Yeah.
I learned we have the hottest cameraman on the planet.
There he is.
Please give it up for
There he
Toasty.
is. Shout out to Toasty.
Get up, Toasty. Come on.
Give it up for Toasty. Give it up for Toasty.
Toasty. Toasty. Toasty. Toasty. Toasty. Toasty.
That's camera Jesus right there.
For this. Look at him. Get back there. We need the footage.
If you guys want Toasty's OnlyFans, spend me $5.
Who films the filmers?
Our Discord has lost their minds over Toasty.
I think it's just going to be a Toasty and Susan network.
Yeah. Toasty and Susan are replacing all of Attack of the Show. And speaking of Susan replacing someone, Gina.
That petition is up to 100,000 signatures now, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah, yes, Vanessa, yes.
Because I can't ask Susan this.
Okay.
What's the most surprising thing you've learned about your co-host in this year?
I think the most surprising thing is learning what everyone does in their dressing rooms during break times, because I would just storm in without knocking. Will is always working out.
I just lift weights.
Yeah. Fiona's crying half the time. Yeah. Kassem is always naked for some reason. We don't even have like a wardrobe change, and he's always naked in there.
It's
and
my
then he
private
always
space.
he doesn't even close the door. And I'm like, I don't want to come in. He's like, no, Gina, come in.
Yeah.
Well, the dressing room situation's very interesting because we have enough for like all the hosts of that show, but somehow they always just put me in your dressing room.
Yeah.
They're
really
like,
cute.
I'm the last in the list. If we need an extra dressing room, it's like, that's fine. Give away Fiona's dressing room. Just put Fiona in Kassem's dressing room.
Yeah. She's been privy to a lot of sensitive information.
Yeah. That's cool though.
I've specifically been loving watching these two shows crash together, so I'm going to direct this next question to Corey, and specifically the one that's been receiving all of Kassem's Jaguar noises.
Well, that's really good.
I still don't know what that
Awesome.
means.
They're cougars.
So
Cougar noise.
Vibe Check has been a way where we've been able to merge everyone together when it comes to the Attack of the Show format. What's something that the both of y'all would love to do when it comes to Attack of the Show and more collaborations in the future?
I think just appearing on it first would be I think that would be a starting point.
Hey, Corey, I'm so sorry.
Wait, can I say?
Do you not remember being on Vibe Check? That's an Attack of the Show show.
Can I say that one of the biggest things that I find interesting about Kassem when I came on board is like from day one, and I'm still trying to wrap my brain around it. I'm like, is this dude in character all the goddamn time? And I'm here to let y'all know I still haven't figured it out. I be looking at it, I'm just like, bro. But the dude is just hilarious in real life. But I'm still trying to wrap my brain around. Is he a character? I'm telling you, what y'all see on that screen and what I see behind the scenes is the same exact shit, and it's mind blowing.
Thank you.
I think
He's
it's a
dedicated to
compliment.
the bit. I appreciate it.
I don't think it's a bit. That's the.
His life.
We are, yeah.
She thinks I have a disability.
I do sometimes question it.
She does bring it up quite often that she thinks Kassem struggles a lot.
Well, it's okay.
Jirard, same question.
For me, I feel really lucky and blessed just because the Attack of the Show team always asks me to be on the show. So I feel like I'm a secret character on the show, and even if I'm not on that week's show, there's some kind of bit you guys have me do or participate in, and it's honestly fun. I think one of the highlights of this year was Kevin Pereira pulled me aside and was like, I really want to do this thing where you dunk your head into a tank of water and sing into it, but I don't think anyone wants to do it, and I think you're the guy to sell it. And I was like, oh, Captain, my captain, of course.
Yeah.
And so the
You
minute
dunked that head.
The minute it showed up, we did a test run. I dunked my head in, and Kevin Pereira fell to the floor laughing, and that made my year. So just the fact that I can make Kevin Pereira feel anything is a good time.
Yeah, that's huge.
Can I say one more thing? Shout out to my man right here in the front with the Quail Man cosplay. That is
I have been admiring
That's one of the coldest cosplays I've seen.
Really
Brother.
good.
Shout out to you.
I have never seen a Quail Man in all
Did
my
you
years.
draw the Doug nose onto the mask? Oh my God.
Wow.
That's so good. Well, thank you for the nostalgia. And speaking of nostalgia, while we revived many of our flagship shows through our relaunch, we've also brought a lot of new programming to the table, specifically with a 70s tinged Name Your Price. Woo! And while fan response has been amazing, I am happy to announce that Name Your Price will be seeing a season 2, and we're going to take a look at that right now.
It's going to get dark. Prepare yourselves.
This guy.
They're here!
Hey, boys.
I'm the star! I'm the star! Oh, it pisses me off! It pisses... Oh, hello!
Thought we were canceled? We're back for a second season to Name Your Prize. Name Your Prize!
Also, we filmed that like 10 minutes ago, right? Like that was like,
Yeah,
that was like 48 hours ago. It
I was
feels
on my
surreal.
way here and they were filming it.
Yeah. So very recent. But yeah, no, I think Austin always wanted to add a 70s theme, probably just so he could be more lewd, like in character. But the 70s theme has been so much fun, and I think it like adds to people playing into it, which in the second season, we're gonna have people live, and I think it's gonna be really fun to kind of costume them and bring them into this like degenerate, like nightmare game show that we've created.
It's been wonderful to get to know both Austin and Minx through Name Your Price. Are there any guests that you're particularly excited to get or collaborate with in the future for Name Your Price?
Oh my gosh.
Like dream gets.
Dream guests?
Yeah.
David Arquette. Let's go.
David Arquette?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I want
Let's
to break.
go.
I want to break stuff with David.
Oh my gosh.
With Minx, David, and I, we could destroy a whole set in like 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure.
I bet you could do it in 5.
Yeah. It's always funny. Like Minx, I think I have destructive, crazy energy on set, and then you let Minx loose, and she's just a whirling dervish.
She
It's
punched
amazing.
the windshield out.
Yeah.
With her own fist, no
She's
padding.
incredible to watch. Yeah, she broke her hand doing that too. So yeah.
That is
God, I love her.
incredible dedication to a bit. And speaking of bits, I myself grew up a massive Xplay fan. And I'm so happy that that unique blend of gaming and comedy that honestly shaped so many of us is back. So, Corey, I'm going to start with you. I've been loving the Port Report and specifically the character bits that you've been bringing to the table. What are you really excited to bring to the future of Xplay?
Just more witty comedy. I feel like a lot of times we do a lot of physical comedy, which I love. But for me, I feel like my pen game is really strong. So I want to produce things that makes people think like, yo, is that a double entendre?
Mm-hmm.
So like that's more of what I want to do, where it's like I don't have to like necessarily be extra. And then just more crazy, when I do bits, more crazy characters involved. Like I did a bit with Kassem where we had one of my favorite things I do when I get to write is I get to take him out of his element. This dude is one of this dude you see on camera is the person behind the scenes. He's one of the nicest people you ever meet.
thank you.
But I like to talk shit. So
it's true.
I get to write stuff for people that take them out of element. And he got to talk a little bit of shit, and then this man pulled up his reverse flash. I wish we would have got a yellow mask. That would have hit a little bit different. But we work with what we got. So I think just being able to be creative and not only have witty content, but also do some of that physical stuff. Also, one of the cool things about working at Xplay, the first day I pulled up, Adam Sussler was there. And mind you, this is, for me, G4, Xplay is G4. That's what I grew up watching. And he was there just standing there day one. He was like, oh, hey, what's up, buddy? And I'm just like, yo, like, this dude is my idol. And he's just like dapping me up like nothing. And I was like, all right, well, I guess we're going to get to work. I always felt welcomed by him, and I thought that was dope. So he's a real down-to-earth dude.
Amazing. You know, similar to the question that I threw to Will, what are some of the collaborations that you want to bring into the Future of Xplay?
I would like to see more content creators like YouTubers come on board. People like Mighty Keith, he does hilarious skits. I think that would fit right in. You know what I'm talking about? He fit right in with, I think, with Xplay. I think if we bring more of those type of content creators in and give us like a new type of energy and collab, I think that'll take us like the next level.
Jirard, I'm going to direct the same question to you because through you, we've gotten to meet Rubber Ross and see the Game Grumps on Xplay. What are some of the collaborations that you're really excited to bring?
I'd love to bring in. I've been doing YouTube for like 11 years now, and I know so many content creators personally, and I'd love to bring them into the G4 fold just because I know a lot of them grew up loving Xplay. I want to bring people like Alana Pierce. I want to bring in the Sphere Hunter, Susie. She's incredible. Ralph over at Skill Up. There's so many, and of course like Matt McMuscles, Maximilian Dude. A lot of the fighting game community guys. The nice thing about games online is that there's so many pockets of interesting content creators and specialists, and it'd just be great to have them on the couch and just talk about their craft. Yeah.
Is that an earthquake?
Right? Is there an earthquake, or is it just like a really specific activation that's kind of terrifying?
I was going to say the content's just fire. We just shaking the room up. That's what that is, man.
You know, now that we're talking about the future of Xplay, some of you that went to the panel yesterday got to see the first episode of God of Work. But we have an extra treat, which is a never-before-seen clip, even if you went to the panel yesterday. So let's take a look.
Oh, cool.
So your journey begins, mortal.
Welcome to Ragnarok.
Merry Ragnarok! Do it, you coward!
I've been at Digital Solutions for 7 years.
Ding! Dream job unlocked.
Wahoo! Out of paper.
You can't hide! You will face justice!
But you work here long enough and the benefits start really stacking up. At least that's what they tell me.
Hi, Kratos!
Kratos! Kratos! Kratos!
It's so evident that God of Work was such a labor of love that highlighted some of your skills as an actor because, fun fact, when I was in high school, I literally saw Jirard in a local college play, and we did not know each other at the time. It was Streetcar Named Desire.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. The man is a thespian.
Yeah, thank you. Give it up for the arts, everyone. Yeah.
Give us a Stella.
Stella! I didn't even play that character.
He hasn't lost a step.
You know, it's something that played into a skill that initially we weren't sure if we were going to play with because you came in as the completionist, but now you're here as an actor as well. What are some of your other skill sets that you want to bring to Xplay?
Oh, man. Well, I think the funniest thing about joining Xplay and kind of getting back on this proverbial bike of my skill set is that it's so fun. Like, I remember showing up and being like, I can sing, I can dance, I can act, I can write. And I remember Leffler, our executive producer, was like, you can do all of that and play games? What happened? Like, who hurt you?
Your father. The answer is your father.
Oh, the answer is my father.
Yeah.
With the
Absolutely.
shoes.
You will amount to nothing, Jirard. Go bring me a beer. But I think that
it got dark up in here.
Gotta speak from the truth. I think the skill set that I'm excited to showcase is my ability to sing and show off my musical prowess, because I do play drums, I play some guitar, I can sing and dance. So
Big Bad Bosses.
He's in a band. He's in a boy band.
Yeah. So I'd love to do like we've talked about it a lot. Like an Xplay the musical type stuff, or any kind of holiday special that's like reminiscent of the 90s and 80s. So yeah, anything that involves singing and dancing, I'm always down to. And that's the thing, is that even if I'm bad, it's about trying your hardest and making other people laugh at it. So
I'm mad I'm just now hearing this. I'm 100% down for that shit, bro. I'm down for the goofy.
Is there a musical skill in your pocket, or something that you really want to like flex with Xplay?
No, I just grew up watching High School Musical, and I'm trying to get my head in the game too. So
That was good. That's a good one.
Speaking of flagship shows, Gina, while you're one half of the arena team, you are now hosting 2 flagship shows, girl.
Woo!
How has hosting arena, now that we're in the first episode, been different from hosting Attack of the Show?
It's very difficult being the most muscular person in the cast all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a cross to bear.
Yeah, so the outfits don't fit very well, but it's fine. It's been real. What was the question again? Because I forgot about that because my muscles.
Yeah, it's you are the biggest himbo in my life.
Thank you.
How has hosting arena been a different skill from hosting Attack of the Show, or is it coming from the same place?
It's definitely a lot less. No, I was gonna say less destructive without Will there, but it's still pretty destructive.
I saw you get hit by that fog machine.
Yeah, I got blown by a fog machine. It's the same health-wise.
Yeah.
Because every day I go into shooting both shows realizing I don't have health insurance. It's terrifying, but it's fun. Like it's like Attack, but just a little bit more streamlined, just cleaned up, and we pre-tape everything. And we still have the great people that we work with on Attack. We have Toasty over there also, and it's a lot more kept together somehow. Yeah. And then towards the end of the day, it's when everyone lets loose and goes nuts.
Now, I believe you've brought a special message from someone for us?
I do. I have a message from my co-host, Austin Creed, and we're going to show you something really special right now.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's how you motivate them.
Yeah, I'm recording, and you better leave this in there. Oh, yeah, flexing it, flexing it, flexing it. My chest is erecting it. You get that? You hear that? Ooh, yeah, bounce it. And guess what? I bet you Gina's already popping them too. Boom, there we go. I wish I was there, guys. Hey, what's going on, Austin Creed? I want to hang out with you guys. Hopefully I hung out with a lot of you guys on Thursday, but I wanted to share something with you. A little preview of episode 2 of Arena, which is airing Wednesday of this week. So you better watch it, because I'm not there right now. But if you don't watch it, I'm gonna show up, and I'm not gonna show up in a good way. I'm not gonna show up in a nice way. I'm gonna show up in a way where I'm gonna hurt you. And yes, this is a threat of physical violence if you don't watch my show. But also, it's a joke because legal. I'll get in trouble again. I don't want that. That's why I have multiple names, because I got warrants out. Arena preview episode 2. Here we go.
You can't multitask? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. I am focused, and that's why I'm doing better than you. I'm Irish. We don't play cornhole.
I will say, though, ever since I started filming Arena, I have never wanted to, and I've told this to the wrestlers too, I want to get hit in the back with a chair so bad, or thrown through a table.
We can arrange this.
We can make
We can do that right now.
Making dreams come true!
Billy Naj. And they've specifically said, look, listen, a ladder would hurt less, so we feel more comfortable with a ladder. I'm like, I'm down. And I just want to get thrown through a table, anything. And
they said a ladder would hurt less than that. Science does not check out.
Does this science?
I know, we gotta figure out, does it science? But that's like that's a new thing to my bucket list.
The last does it science.
Ever. Including Gina, there's only one.
You know, speaking of Arena, I think the common thread that every single one of us here at this point has worked with Austin Creed in some point, and since he's not here, Jirard, I'm gonna start with you. What is your favorite Austin Creed memory thus far?
Oh man, my favorite Austin Creed memory is when he tore up the panda on Attack of the Show. And moments before that panda exploded in front of everyone, he and I were talking about how like he feels like jokingly everyone is always against him. And so I was like, I'm your manager, I'm your homie, I got your back. So the minute he started tearing that panda, you can hear me screaming, "Rip its head off!" Like I just got so into it. And I'll never forget it because there's just the stuffing went everywhere and he didn't stop. Like the man just tore through something that no one should be able to tear through. Like it was just a piece of candy. It was crazy.
Will?
My favorite thing to watch every week is when we go up to the podium for Around the Net. And like there's like that awkward like, hey, someone's with us. He will dance for like 30 seconds before every time he does it, and somehow it's always a different dance, and it's my favorite thing to watch because like lights come up and he's just like
just getting it. Corey?
Awesome. My favorite Austin story is when I met him. I was in my little corner just minding my business, and then somebody came up there and was like, yo, Austin, I want to meet you. So I went down to where he was shooting a video. And he go over to shake his hand, and he was like, yo, he's like, I'm a big fan of you. He's like, I grew up watching your YouTube content and that. And like, first of all, that shit humbled me.
Oh my God.
They told me who he was beforehand, because the thing, I was like, yo, just to keep it real with you, dude, I was like, I don't watch wrestling. I don't know who you are. But checking me out, he replied, he shook my hand, and he was like, I don't care. He's like, it makes it easier for me to get to know you because you don't look at me that way as like a superstar. I was like, me and this dude want to be cool then. So that was my favorite memory when I met him. Like, he's just a thorough dude.
Yeah. Kassem?
Pass. Austin, I don't really remember a specific moment. I do remember the first time I saw him, and he was coming out of like his SUV limo, and he had his shades on and a very tight shirt. And I was like, oh, he's shorter than I thought. But he's the sweetest guy, the nicest guy, and he brings an energy that no one else does.
I actually thought the same thing because we have one of his ring outfits in our lobby, and they have a mannequin that fits this ring outfit, and the mannequin is like 6'5".
The mannequin is
my
taller.
assumption was that he was going to be gigantic.
Yeah. Fiona?
I'm a huge Austin Creed fan. I've known him for a while. I think I don't think I have I think every moment, because we don't see him throughout the week, so what happens is every time, the show starts, when we started on Thursdays, or we did the show on Thursdays, Thursday morning we have our rehearsal. That's when we kind of catch up and figure out, and just catch up, say what's up, what's happening during the week. And that's my favorite time, because every time I'm just like, oh, hey, so I'm talking to this new girl, and now we're talking about girls, and that's my favorite moment. It's not on camera, but it is my favorite moment. I also did really like doing the Black History Month kickback with him. I think that was an awesome moment to see Creed just go full off the rails, because usually he's really good. He's really good at his job, so to really kind of push him off the rails, it's hard, because he's really good. So
Gina?
Oh man, I have so many. I've worked on 3 different shows with him now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite things that we do together is we geek out over White Chicks, the movie, so hard. Every song, every line, all the voices.
I've watched you do monologues at each other.
Yeah, for an hour straight.
I watched
the movie because of him.
You watched White Chicks because of him?
Yeah, I'd never seen it before, and we got into it on stream. He's like, how dare you not see White Chicks? I was like, all right, bro, I'm going to get on there, I'm going to do homework. So I went home and watched it, and it had its moments, but I was like, I still don't get it.
It's a funny
No taste. Another probably favorite moment was when we got to do ITP together. And we knew that we were going to, our characters knew each other, but I wasn't sure how he was going to come out with it. And he came out like an annoying, screaming little brother, and it was amazing. But working on all these shows with him, there are so many moments, like the dancing behind the scenes. We're always singing and dancing together. We do that on Attack, too. We're always singing right before we go live, and we dance, and we just huddle together and love on each other.
Yeah.
Now, Jirard, I'm going to start this question with you. The thing that every single one of you have in common across all of these shows is that you are all a huge dork about something.
Sure.
So, other than video games, what is something that you've been nerding out about that you really want to see come to G4 at some point as we think about the future?
Oh man, what a question. I would love to see more talk about film and film analysis, because I went to school for film, and thank you. I know it's not for everyone, but like it feels like the online culture is always like, it sounds crazy, but there's like a bunch of people waiting at Hall H for like 3 days straight,
Yeah.
right? Like people love movies. So I'd love to have like a serious or even just a jovial show about movies, analysis, characters, and all that stuff. Because I love movies. That's where I went to school for. That's what I wanted to always make. And I'd love to talk more about it.
Corey?
I would like to do some more content around just kind of hip hop. I've been talking to the producers about that behind the scenes. We produced a video about Def Jam, as well as like, I don't know if you noticed in my port reports, I sneak a lot of hip hop references in there, and like I was genuinely surprised when the audience was understanding my jokes. So I'm like, I think there's something there that we need to explore a little bit further. So I would love to dive a little bit deeper and see how we could make those two worlds collide, because I think hip hop and gaming have been hand in hand, but we haven't had that proper marriage yet.
I mean, hip hop is on its own nerdy. Like Wu-Tang are just a bunch of kung fu dorks.
They had a video game. They had a video game. They had a fighting video game.
Exactly.
100%.
It's a natural match. Kassem?
I would love a paranormal series where I investigate the spooky and UFOs, cryptids, aliens, vampires, chupacabra, Mothman,
Bigfoot,
Yeti, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. And I've done a few of those things before, and we have, I was actually talking with Ryan about kind of how to do it, because these sort of field pieces that we've been doing are, people are starting to get more comfortable with letting us out of the studio.
Yeah.
And they were scared at first, and so now that we haven't killed anyone, I did break a microphone, but no one was injured.
Yeah.
A brand new microphone for that matter.
Yes, a brand new one. We're exploring the options of what that would look like. But that's the stuff I did before I came to G4. I would love to do more of it, and it occupies a lot of my off time when I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Yes.
Yeah. Fiona?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I think I do want to, we've done Attack of the Drip. I do want to get into more of like the styling, nerdy kind of, I nerd out over clothes and sneakers and all sorts of stuff like that. So I think, thank you so much. You guys will get enamel pins later. I think I really want to do that. I really want to get Attack to do some more scripted things, or like have like a show that's somewhat scripted and more comedy leaning. I don't know, sketch show or something. The other thing that I would like to do is I don't remember, so we can move on.
Perfect. Will?
I love cartoons. I absolutely adore cartoons, and I've been figuring out how to do a live cartoon, like an improv cartoon. I'm working with a gentleman named Lord Spew, who's the storyboard artist for Pendleton Ward, if you've ever heard of him. So we've kind of figured out how to do like VTuber puppets within live animation, and we're doing it on a show called Doodles, and I would love to bring something like that to G4, and just some kind of cartoon, or I love those. And I also want to make something with Kassem, because I think he's really funny.
Same. Right back at you, kid.
Oh.
He actually pitched a show outside here where he's trying to get me to fall off the wagon.
Yes. All right, here's the show. It's called Kassem G Off the Wagon, where the famously
He's
sober
trying to
Kassem
ruin my sobriety.
goes with me to famous drinking events like Oktoberfest and has a terrible time.
Yeah. Just stare at a sweaty glass of cold beer for 30 minutes.
I mean, that's good television right there.
It could be good, actually.
Gina?
Kassem G falls off the wagon. I want to be on that. I would really love to bring my love of automotives onto G4. I love the car scene. And back old G4, if you guys remember, Formula D was on the channel. So I would love to bring that back, going around supercars, or the drift scene in Japan is a huge thing for me. So I would love to have a segment or a show that's all automotives, this is my excuse to just possibly Grand Theft Auto. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh God, my boss is
I
here. I'm
remember
sorry.
what I wanted.
What was that?
It was, if you guys stop. If you guys watched Vibe Check, we did like a little segment called Devil's Advocate.
Yep.
And I think I do want to do like a very much love sex hotline where we just get people from Discord to come in and just talk. And I think it's cool.
Oh.
Hey.
And we get advice from this guy.
The best I get the best love sex
for a
advice.
show.
Oh, but yeah, speaking of
the Discord, while they weren't able to participate in a live setting, we want to make sure that we're a platform inclusive. So I actually have a few questions from the Discord I want to throw at y'all. This first one is from ZeroFlame16, and they're asking if all of the hosts got a plushie made of them that had a voice box with a catchphrase, what would they say? I'll start with you, Gina.
I won't speak without my lawyer.
What was the
We'll just do
question?
this.
I blacked out.
If you had a plushie, a piece of merch that was a Will Neff plushie, what would that voice box say?
The voice box?
Yeah.
Hey now.
Not cute.
Fiona?
Oh, right. I'm gay.
Kassem, what's that plushie saying?
Mine would say, guys, you're gonna want to see this.
Have we ever told this story about that?
Nope, we'll wait for next vibe check for that.
Mine would say, step 1, get money. Step 2, repeat step 1.
Hell yeah, stack them.
Mine would
like you can't stand
Stack
this
'em
dude,
up.
right?
Mine would be an 8-minute unfiltered clip of my dad telling me to take out the trash.
What'd that sound like?
Jirard, I don't care if you don't live in my house anymore. Come over and take the trash out. It was your job for many years. I expect you to do it again. Come over, drive. Yalla, come on.
Yalla.
Yalla, yalla.
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 Kassem, this next question is for you, but honestly, everybody's invited to comment on it. Collaborator in Time asks how Kassem's day-to-day life has changed since being outed as a hot guy.
Oh.
You did this.
Those of you who
I
know,
was
Gina
drunk.
outed me as an official hot guy a few weeks ago, and it's been tough. Every time I'm in a conversation, I want to say something funny or witty, I've got to remember hot guys don't do that, so I just shut my mouth. I stare out windows a lot. I have an amazing necklace and bracelet collection now, and I have jeans with holes in the knees. It's been cool.
Gina, what have you done?
One, I was drunk, and 2, now he won't stop inviting me to go out to nightclubs with him so he can show off how hot he is. He keeps rubbing his hands together. He keeps rubbing his hands together. It's so weird. He's like a housefly.
It's disconcerting. Now, Fiona, this next question's for you, but I also open it to everyone else to comment on. Prodded2 asked, if you're given the budget to make a short film starring the G4 cast, what kind of movie it would be, and who would take a role of what archetype?
Would take a role at the, what was the last part?
Who would take a role as like what archetypes or tropes?
If we were to do a show, it would be very much always something like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That would just be,
We're all Dennis.
We're all Dennis. And we all have a body that's hidden in the trunk of his car.
I need my tools.
Yeah, I need my tools. I think if we were to make a short film, it would be in that vein. I actually don't think a short film would do it justice. I think we would need like an
A full
episodic.
feature.
We need an episodic series
Oh.
of the adventures of what we would do and how we would handle it, because we would handle everything poorly. So I think like that's what's funny. So I would make that. Hopefully that answers their question.
Jirard, I'm going to kick you off on this next one. Iggy asks, what is the process when it comes to developing characters or comedy bits on your respective shows?
For Xplay?
Yeah.
Honestly, the producers are really the stars of Xplay. They work so hard.
I think some of them are here.
Oh yeah, they're here. They deserve that recognition. Emily,
Shout out to
Emily and
Drake.
Jake, you guys are here. We know it. Come on. There we go. There we go. I feel so bad for them because they write so well, and then it's like on Slack, the program we used to communicate. They're like, I had this great idea for a bit. Read the script, and none of us respond. We never say anything. We don't leave notes. We'll sometimes secretly read it just so we know what it is. We show up on set, and they're like, "Did you read the script?" And half the time we're like, "No." But then they go, "It doesn't matter. This is the character we're looking for." And then we have a nice conversation about it. And then it's like, "Oh, is it a little bit like this, a little bit like that?" Emily had me do this this weird character that just screamed, "Moving on!" And it wasn't written that way, but that's the way that I interpreted it. And did I do it okay, Emily? I never asked you. Okay, yeah. So that's kind of the collaborative process is how.
if I could add on to that, I think the best moments is when we do get to sit in a room together and pin stuff together. Like somebody will come up with a joke and then somebody will add on to it and it'll make it funnier. And I remember, shout out to Abby. She said that like when you're in a room full of funny people, they can add to it. What's funny becomes even funnier. So like I love when we sit. It gave me an energy that I didn't even know I needed, being in a room full of like funny people like that. And by the way, if I could answer that question you were talking about earlier about like pitching like a little docuseries or something like that, like I would love to see a series where we teach GB how to drive because he doesn't have his license. There's a running joke that he rides a scooter to work with like the Mario 64 helmet. I would love to teach him how to drive. I would love to teach him how to drive.
Teaching him how to drive also in LA.
Yes.
But the conclusion.
Not the place to teach someone in this instance.
Nope.
The conclusion of the series would be that we would test him by playing Forza. He wouldn't actually take the test. That would be the conclusion.
Now, I'm sorry to interrupt this question, but at PAX, we made the announcement for a new series, God of Work. And we can't come to San Diego Comic-Con without making any new announcements, can we? So, Will, why don't you tell us about what is coming soon
Well, I
to
think
G4?
we have a video.
Oh.
Should we run it?
Did we
No,
have?
we don't have
Oh no, just act it out.
News?
No, we actually did have a video, and they grabbed me 2 minutes before we walked in. They're like, "There's no video." So, I'm doing a show called Hey Donna, which is woo. I'm really excited about it. It's like the first time that I'll be able to do a character the entire time. It's like a sex line where people can call in and we give you advice, and I have guests on, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. We filmed a little bit of already. It's really fun. I love making it.
Amazing. As we wrap up, when can everybody see Hey Donna come to G4? August 4th. Thank you, Kirby. Please give it up for Kirby, who put this whole panel together.
Woo! They knew I would botch that.
Now, everybody, please give it up for your hosts of G4 TV and today's panel as we wrap up our Comic-Con weekend. Goodbye, everybody. Have an amazing time. We love you all. Please catch us on Twitch, on YouTube. We have so much content coming for you soon. Thank you so much for coming.